Hi children, I am Ambika Vasant. We are going to start English session. Before we discuss the lesson, I would like you to think about importance of neighbors. Our neighbors are equally important as relatives and friends because they often come to our rescue when we are stuck in tricky situations at home. When we need something urgently, who will you first turn to your neighbors? The lesson which I am going to explain in this session is a story of two neighbors. The name of the chapter is House at the Back, written by Tangamani. Let us get started. There were four members in Mr. Sharma's family: Mr. Sharma, Mrs. Sharma, and their two daughters, Indu and Vandana. Indu was 14 years old and Vandana was 12. The Sharma family had come to Nainital for a month. Mr. Robert, an old friend of Mr. Sharma, had given them the use of his ancestral home in the hill station. Ancestral home means house that belonged to a family for many generations. In the evening, Mrs. Sharma told her daughters that they were going to the market, so both of the girls unpacked the things. The suitcase was very large. Indu called Vandana to help her to sort out the things, but Vandana was not ready to do. She told her that she wanted to finish exploring the house instead of unpacking. Indu was a sensible child. She started her work. She hung their clothes in the wardrobe. Suddenly, the power went off. The girls looked out the window and saw that the entire town was plunged into darkness. They started to search candles in the kitchen. Vandana exclaimed and said, "There is a presence of ghost in the house." Indu ordered her to shut. Indu herself was feeling a little nervous. Suddenly they heard sound of singing. The sound came from the house at the back. They saw a lamp flickered at one of the windows of that house. Both of them decided to go over there to that house and borrow some candles. They locked the door and moved towards the house. The path was very clear. Bandana felt doubt. In the afternoon, the path was overgrown with grass. Now it is clear how it happened. Hindu replied that Vandana used to read a lot of mystery novels, so she felt so. Finally, they reached the house. There was a beautiful brass knocker on the door. When they knocked at the door, a soft voice came from inside. "Come in." They entered the room. The room they entered, there was the soft glow of an old fashioned brass lamp. A small lady, dressed in a long skirt and a frilly blouse, sat near fireplace. She was knitting something. She had grey hair and looked quite old. Now she smiled at them. Many things they found inside the room. Each and everything was very old fashioned. An ancient radio, gramophone, and old clock, etc. The old clock had shown the time 7. The girls had an oddest sensation. They felt they had reached another age, means nobody is using such type of old fashioned things. The lady was very happy. She welcomed them cheerfully. Indu introduced Vandana to her and explained the reason of their visit. The lady became very happy. She agreed to help them and said rarely she is getting visitors at her home. She offered a cup of hot cocoa and some scones to them. Scones means a kind of small round cake.